You will never believe the crippling mindset right under your nose that has shattered the profits of many successful coaches. It's decimated the dreams of anyone in its wake. How's that for opening with high drama? I've been told I need to have a catchy hook. So this is a mindset called baby bird syndrome. And it's essentially learned helplessness. The reason it's called baby bird syndrome is that baby birds will sit passively with their mouth open and wait for mother bird to put the worm in their mouth. That sounded better on paper than when I said it. And it genuinely is a silent killer of your progress. So learned helplessness was originally coined by Seligman through some quite cruel experiments on dogs where they basically gave up after realizing that after repeated electric shocks, there was no escape. But we don't need to be locked in a cage and shocked for this to take place. In fact, modern life is so comfortable that this is where it sneaks in. And I'll show you how. So this year, we've moved further along the spectrum of doing more and more for our clients. We give them the automations and the ad angles and their niche builder and the software, and we personally guide them through the full process. But we haven't gone full marketing agency, and we don't intend to. The reason why is here. But there has been one unexpected trend that we've started to notice. Maybe you've seen this with your in-person clients or possibly even your family as well, where sometimes the more that you do for somebody, the more helpless and passive they become. And this isn't a criticism of our clients because we're all prone to this. It's just part of the human wiring. For example, as soon as I started using a meal prep service, I became absolutely useless in the kitchen. Like, unless something's microwavable and I can just have it now, I'm not interested. Like, if it takes more than 3 minutes to prepare, I'm like, do you think I'm Jamie Oliver? Same thing applies with Amazon Prime, Uber Eats, all that kind of stuff. So with baby bird syndrome, there's two things to watch out for. First one is the more that you do for somebody, the more that they switch off their brains and they kind of stop trying. The second thing is that if you signal that, you start to attract the kind of people who want to outsource everything from day one, and they're not prepared to do any work and they're not going to make it. My uncle was really sharp into his 70s, and whenever he saw me like type something into my calendar, he would always be like, why do you have to write everything down? Can't you just use your brain, you hamar? And I always thought at the time, like, blah, blah, like, what do you know, old man, get with the times and so on. But then here I am, unable to remember something like 3 hours ahead unless it's in my tick. So here are some ways that baby bird syndrome shows up with the coaches that we help. It could be avoiding any kind of mental effort or expecting ChatGPT to do the heavy lifting of your niche research for you or writing your posts for you, or just looking for an ad template to copy, or asking us what you should be teaching to your clients. I do get it, wanting to copy someone else's funnel without doing the boring work of understanding the principles. But what's going to happen is you do that, it won't work for you, and you'll be wondering why. And it's the same as you see Jeff Sade's workout on Simply Shredded, and then you do it, and you wonder why you didn't end up looking like Jeff Sade. It's because that's the application of the principles for his context. Some other examples is having entrepreneur or CEO in your email signature, because that's looking for the signaling of being an entrepreneur rather than confronting the reality of it. Constantly waiting for permission from the world. So that's a great lesson from Tim Ferriss. It's better to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission. Some more, so wanting someone else to generate the leads for them, and then when they're presented on a plate, wanting someone to come along with a fork and actually feed them to you, balking at the idea of ever speaking to leads or potential clients yourself, being terrified of failing, being emotionally fragile to any setbacks. I actually went e-foiling recently with my friend George, and he primed me at the beginning by saying, you are going to fall spectacularly about 40 times before you can stand on the foil. And that was a great frame shift because it was like, okay, I just need to fall into the water as many times as possible and learn from the mistakes rather than expecting to be great and then just being perpetually disappointed. Remember, you are running your business here. No one's coming to save you. So watch out for baby bird syndrome. And if you're interested in more on this, click here.